Sean Maloney, your commentators for the second spell.
Often brilliant attacking side from doing much of it tonight. Comrade Smith will be looking for a sharper second 40, you'd think. As Steve Walsh blows time on for the second half, and Quade Cooper sends it down to Jeremy Thrush. Perenara, Barrett, Shields. Takes into contact. Perenara, a good pick up there from Barrett. Toa with a bit of room to move. Tucks it back to Pe'uai Sortia. Simmons. Nick Frisbee on. Looks like Ben Lucas is off as Cooper goes through. O'Donoghue did well, but then popped up to the Canes. Another good pickup from Barrett. Silky skills from the Canes 10, but he has overcooked the kick.
Okay, I reckon they'll come back for the knock forward by the Reds. It'll end up being a scrum to the Canes. Steve Walsh, Beauden Barrett, don't worry, mate, you'll still get the ball. Yeah, that wouldn't be what, after we've just heard you and Mackenzie say they wanted control.
Yeah, I know, mate. I didn't call over because it looked like it was going out.
And Sharpie, it looks as though they've made a change at 9, the Reds.
Yeah, that's correct. Benny Lucas has come off, Nick Frisbee's on. He's played well this year so far, so that won't impact the game plan too much, I don't think.
Even last week, Ben Lucas was replaced after 50, so there's no great problems there. Wouldn't mind seeing that was one of the problems in the second half against the Waratahs. Halfbacks, both Ben Lucas and Nick Frisbee not having enough runs, threatening the defence, which means the defenders can go straight to Quade Cooper. Look at scrum, ref Cam.
Touch. Sit.
What a shot.
Good shove there from the Reds, looking to disrupt the Canes ball. They've done so. Shields coughed it up.
Just relax. Knock on.
Plenty of feeling in that set, Sharpie.
Yeah, that was a great scrum from the Reds there. Greg Holmes really got his side up well there. They went through them and then walked around them. And that was a fantastic bit of pressure at the back of the Hurricane scrum. In wet conditions, very, very hard to pick that ball up when your scrum is under pressure. So well done, Reds. Let's see if they can benefit from that.
Big blind side, Ben Tapua'i, Dom Shipley up the top of the screen. Quade Cooper. There's Lucas to that shoulder. Yeah, he's had that for a while.
Crouch. Touch. Sit.
Baby toe up right behind Quade Cooper. Ball spits out towards the blind side, and Schatz has to scoop it up. Gill. Good run there from the open side. Powerful young 20-year-old is Liam Gill.
He's had a great game so far, Gilly.
Isn't he direct?
Building the phases nicely here, the home side. Frisbee to Cooper. Has Ioane at pace. That's better from the Reds.
Barnage, pass the ball.
And they're forced a penalty here too.
Huge run by Digby Ioane. There was no gap there, that's for sure. Anything grand he created, it was all himself.
If you went straight on it, you're okay. Passed.
Not like tonight. Oh, they're taking the tap. Bowled.
Sensing blood, the loose pass from Cooper. Oh, his opposite number.
Oh!
Coughed it up. Barrett was away. He had the quick men outside and just couldn't hang on.
That's what you get when you got Quade Cooper. Sometimes they come out diamonds, sometimes it's dust.
You could see him having a chat to Liam Gill. He said, just tap this, mate, give it to me. And Quade had a definite plan to go wide there.
Oh, how many teams have you been captain? What would they do to you, Sharpie?
Well, it depends if we score the try or not, Nardo.
Yeah, you're a hero. Oh.
It's the sort of night it's been, though, hasn't it? Either way, one drop pass could have been a whole lot different.
No continuity. Interesting format here. Ben Tapua'i. Well, Digby way over the sideline, but the first receiver is Ben Tapua'i. Quade Cooper's in a...
Here's your mark.
He's the second up there.
Go left of it, please. Thank you.
Big blind side. Dom Shipley's there. I wouldn't be going blindside. Oh, Savia, actually, he can give up problems in defence.
You'd run at Julian Savia.
I wouldn't want to hit him, but I'd run at him to trick him.
Touch. You can have that as the Reds get another good shot on.
9. Stay.
Shats.
Oh, this
Wrapped up by Lowe.
That's 2 scrums in a row. Poor options at the back.
The charge in there.
This is where the Reds have looked most likely on the pick and drive.
But O'Donoghue has had a really strong game tonight.
You can just see Quaid sitting out the back. Look for him to switch sides really quickly. He likes to change up the point of attack there. He's got a few backs outside him if he goes back to the right-hand side.
He wants to make sure he has momentum first. And quick ball.
Frisbee, Cooper. Shipley was wrapped up.
No!
Riley kicks and goes. Gets another couple of metres for the Reds.
Shats on the fly then.
Faanga, driven on by Gill. Looking to extend here, the Reds, but Simmons has coughed it up, and 7+ phases comes to naught for the home side.
They are starting to string them together, though, Sharpie. That's twice in this half. They've gone 7 phases.
Yeah, they are, Marta. They're setting up for something there. You can see Quaid in the background, as I said before. He's sitting to the left, but you can see him eyeing the right-hand side. He's just waiting for a little bit of momentum, and then I think he's going to switch behind that ruck and hit the other side.
I thought it was a straight knock on. James, you want to see someone? Yeah, I just want to...
James Slipper getting some attention. Doesn't appear to be serious.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think he's just having a blow.
What about the stocks at the moment in the open side position in Australian rugby? Gill, Hooper, Pocock, and the return of the great man George Smith as well, Greg Martin.
How good is that, George Smith back? But Hooper, of course, scored a try in their Waratahs victory before this match. Liam Gill's probably been the pick of the 3 of them, and David Pocock looked pretty good last week.
Just listening to Gill being interviewed through the week with Ed Quirk. He's only 20, but he speaks like a 50 gamer. He's a real find, this young kid. Tremendous player and a top kid as well.
What a way to learn, parked behind David Pocock on Wallaby tours.
Okay. I'm over there.
Red scrum, been powerful the last couple.
Here we go, Kane.
Time back on, sorry. Locks. Move your head, 1 red. Crouch. Touch. Set.
Good hit, though. Good hit, man.
That's why I reset, I wasn't sure. Head and shoulders, please, guys. Height.
Couple in running.
Set.
Good hit, though.
Yep, Steve Walsh, he enjoyed that bit of contact.
The good hit, he enjoyed it, Marto. Here we go
Crouch.
again. Take 2.
Touch. Set.
Good pressure from the Reds. They've forced the turnover. Tapuahi struggling for the line. Kick and go. Try time for the Queensland Reds. Rob Simmons, his first ever Super Rugby try. It only took him 51 attempts, but the big lock is in, Sharpie.
Oh, that's a beauty. Rob will be very happy with that. Great setup there. Fantastic scrum from the forwards. That created the try. well over the advantage line, and I think the Hurricanes had spread out thinking the Reds were going to go wide, but as they've done all night tonight, they've gone nice and tight, and in the end it was a pretty simple try for Rob, even though he won't say that after the game. But look, that's a big score for the Reds. They had plenty of pressure on the Hurricanes. They needed to come away with a try there, and they'd be very happy with that.
Well, this is the end of it. It was born at the scrum, but Rob Simmons, he'd be happy because he was the one who knocked forward only a minute or two before to thwart their chances at a try. But I tell you what, Nick Frisby's throw off the ground just to get it away from the contact, away from the situation, to get it to bend tap away. He took it forward 12 metres. That's what set the try up after the scrum win. Red scrum on top. Not classic try, but a well-earned one by the Reds.
Cooper looking for the extras. It was ugly, but it's good, and it is the Reds extending their lead. They're ahead 18 points to 9. 50 minutes gone. Rob Simmons, 50 Super Rugby caps to his name. 51 now, and 1 try.
Is that Jason Eaton coming off?
I think he's got a better strike rate than me, actually.
Broadhurst on for Eaton in this lock forward position for the Canes.
Andre Taylor bounced off Cooper. Had very little opportunity tonight. Andre Taylor.
What about Quade Cooper defending in the front line, now chasing kicks of other players and making the tackle?
Another great example of a box kick coming off. It was very well hit there by Frisbee. Quade was able to put pressure on it, and again, Queensland turnover well down the field.
Try scorer tapping it back. Rob Simmons, Cooper now, Gill. Frisbee looking for runners.
Oh, obstruction.
Just bad timing. Cause obstruction.
Oh, the space is there for Queensland. They'll be disappointed with that. It's a well executed move.
Yeah, they had chances. Who was the front runner there? Rob Simmons, and then lock partner ran behind him. Gee, there were chances. Oh, big kick.
So the Hurricanes now look to strike back. In a blink, they find themselves down by 9. But this, their best attacking position in some time. Good steal at the front from the Reds. Frisbee dives on the loose ball.
Rob Simmons done a great job there.
Wasn't that a good slap? Oh, slipper at halfback. He's loving this. Classic.
We'll have to get ready to muscle up again because that kick has not chewed off too many metres, but the steal at the front.
You can see here Queensland let the Hurricanes have the front of the lineup, or at least think they did. As the throws come in, Rob's moved forward and shut it down, and that's a very good skill from him there. That's a pressure relieving line-out steal. They have to do it again now.
Ball comes loose. Cole's forced to pick up the scraps low at the back. Shields. Good pressure there. The breakdown from the Reds, and they force the penalty. Schatz, the man.
That could be a TP, turning point there. He managed to keep that out. If there were points scored by the Canes, things become difficult. This is what the ref sees. Wonderful view. Jake Schatz on the ball, on his feet.
Schatz making up a dynamic back row here with Liam Gill and Ed Quirk. The average age just 21.
You say that. Don't forget 2 weekends ago they were blasted away by the Brumbies. That shook them up for that performance last week against the Waratahs and showed them the benchmark, the Brumbies back row.
Look, I think in this competition, it's very hard to be consistent, particularly until you get a bit of experience around yourself. And these guys are going to get better and better. When they have those performances that they might have been outplayed, they learn from that, and you can see the result the last couple of weeks. They've come out and played very, very well. They need to keep that up for the season, though, if the Reds have a chance to do well in this competition.
Jeez, we just saw Ben Franks recovering from that injury in his leg. More at home in a nursing home. There he is.
I'd like to see you say that to his face, Marto.
I wouldn't mind. I don't think he'd catch me.
He's vastly experienced and a terrific scrummager, Ben Franks. 84 Super Rugby caps. Oh, good shots there from the Canes on the Reds. Double barrel. Cooper's still down.
Yeah, hasn't moved since he was hit after he passed the ball. Maybe he's foxing.
Frisbee. Gill again.
Man lying all over that ball.
Ioane. He's chased work all night, Dick Ioane. He's got one try to his name, but here come the Canes. Broadhurst, Franks. Coles did well to hang on to it as Fewai Sortia rushed up, shut it down.
Liam Gill working his way on the ball. He's on it.
It's a real arm wrestling there. It comes loose now for Perinara. Schatz scragged him.
Well, they've survived.
Two! Move!
Perinara. Little by little, the Canes are looking to get themselves back into this match. Broadhurst, well went low, well went high. Is Fainga down low?
Is he going to call that a dangerous tackle? What's the problem? So Fainga does like diving low.
Reckless / dangerous tackle here. Shoulder, okay? No arms, no. 6. Yeah. 6 or 8, whatever he is.
Yeah, he led with the point of his, well, it was number 6. It was Eddie Quirk.
Oh. Yeah, there. It's a more. He doesn't need to move.
Yeah, he brought his arms into the situation later. The shoulder can, if you're not leading with your arms, the shoulder can be used as a pointy weapon. Not dissimilar to the elbow. That's the thinking.
So it'll be Barrett who look to wipe the deficit as Dick Ioane makes his way from the field. Very strong 55 minutes for Dick Ioane.
Luke Morahan's on the field. Different sort of winger, just as quick.
Barrett looks to shape it around. Lovely draw through the sticks. And it is the Reds 18 leading the Hurricanes 12, 56 down.
Well, at some stage a game of rugby is going to explode here. I've got no doubts.
Sharpie, who do you see sparking it for the Canes?
Look, I think at the moment, it certainly looks like the Hurricanes are playing their second game of the season. They're just a bit flat by the looks of things. I think Conrad Smith, you know, he's a guy that is a linchpin in every team he plays in. He's a guy that could turn this game on its head. But at the moment, you know, it's pretty straight up and down.
Well, Leua look to get the ball rolling. Perinara now drills it long over Cooper's head.
Here's Morahan now.
He's got some big men to glide past out wide. Frank's trying to cover Toa. That's a mismatch. The wily veterans
got him.
Got him in the end. Gill caught by Lowe, the opposite number.
He's made some hard meters tonight, Liam Gill.
There's Holmes taking it up midfield.
18, move!
Cooper tries to get on the outside for Morahan. The ball's gone to ground from Tapuahi. knocked on.
Well, they spotted some space. I think there was a bit of fool's gold out there because there was a defender on each of them.
The Reds have got a good game plan. They've got a good blueprint for New Zealand sides. They really do try and go through them. You can see in those second man plays, often they'll hit the guy that runs the short line rather than going at the back. Only once or twice tonight have they tried to go wide and around the Hurricanes. Probably because they haven't felt like they've had the momentum, but they've wanted to go through them first. And I think that's a mindset that they're going to take to most New Zealand teams they play this year.
Didn't that camera capture that moment beautifully? Ewan McKenzie giving the nod to James Hansen, the reserve hooker for the Reds. Just one nod of the head, on you go straight after this.
Crouch. Touch. Sit.
It's a good hit from the home side onto the Canes.
Boys, wait.
Barrett looking cross field. Has some quick guys outside. Leal one. Pops it inside to Taylor. Here's where they're at their best, the Canes. Smith chasing. Gets Shipley. Much better from the visitors. They pile in. Look for the turnover. Get it.
Oh, what's the problem?
Stay up.
Oh, 10 metres.
Sorry, hey. Sorry, mate, I didn't mean to push you. I was trying to get there.
Oh, there's a bit of schmozzle going on here. There was nothing wrong with Nick Frisbee. Let's stay with the ref.
Wait till we have another look at this. Steve Walsh and Conrad Smith in back play. They clash, but it looks so good for the Canes. We thought they were in for a moment.
Well, this is his angle. He's saying,
Stay up.
Who's in there? That was Tim Bateman.
And that was Conrad Smith that he bumped into.
Sorry, hey.
Oh, that was... I reckon they're hard done by. They haven't put the kick out. Maybe there'll be some justice. Barrett goes wide.
Here we go. Taylor again. We're starting to heat up a touch here in Brisbane. Sevilla. Well weighted. Morahan up to it. Oh, just dodged the tackle. Now finds room.
Blocking, number 10.
But they'll come all the way back.
Oh, I'd like another peek at this.
They'll come all the way back. Blocking way back on the 10-metre line.
Yeah, this is for the spectators only. Getting some bonus play. She was there blocking. He certainly picked the gap. If these attackers, these guys in Reds aren't holding anyone, what's Quade Cooper doing? Is that obstruction? There was no defender obstructed.
Cut him. Go. No, mate.
Oh, it's a tough call. He did change his line, but I've seen far worse in games, that's for sure.
Sure, mate.
He's still got to obstruct a defender, though.
And shot, please, guys.
You're absolutely right. Things are hotting up. 20 to go.
Okay.
Business end of the game.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Here we go.
What was it like, Shepherd? It was the guy who was in the D line that was in front of the guy attacking, opened up the space for him to get run through. I didn't get... Thought it was no contact there, so... Not necessarily... I just thought he opened up the hole for the guy to go through, okay, mate?
Well, I reckon Steve Walsh is wrong there. Couple of big turnarounds. I thought the Hurricanes were hard done by. First up, man going off his feet.
So Barrett looking for his 5th penalty goal of the night. This is his longest attempt. Looking for the gentle draw and clips the post for the 2nd time tonight. And Tapawaki dots it down. So a couple of costly misses now from Odin Barrett.
That's 3 that he's missed. Uncharacteristic. They'll count that if they don't win this game. Cooper not getting a lot of length out of his restart.
Bateman takes it well. Here's Barrett. Again, a fairly well-weighted kick. Cooper coughed it up. Broadhurst came away with it. Franks, he's gone up another gear.
That injury did him the world of good.
The loose head. Good carry that from Vito, but he's Popped it out the side, and the Reds now with it through O'Donoghue.
The Canes down one defender.
Cooper, the crossfield kick for Shipley. Got the bounce. Wriggled through one tackle, tossed it back. It's play on. It's loosening up a touch. Oh, a touch here at Suncorp. Perinara got the kick away. Cooper back to clean up. Morahan.
Stop there, boys.
That's not out.
Savia straight into Toa, straight over Toa. But he needed friends. He had none.
Oh.
Morahan slivers it through to Broadhurst.
This
Frenetic stuff from both sides.
It's loosening up.
Out the back to Barrett. Smith rubbers through. Gets another toe on it. It's messy, but it's effective for the Hurricanes at the moment.
No knock forward by the Reds.
The Reds are going to be careful here. They don't want this to descend into a free-for-all of just loose rugby, because that will not be good for them. The Hurricanes will thrive in that sort of environment.
Great call, Nathan Sharp. That's it, going exactly against the blueprint that Ewan McKenzie's written up for the game. Frustrate them, don't give them opportunities.
There's been a distinct change of tactics by the Hurricanes. Well, they've stuck up a couple of high balls. It might have something to do with a bit of rain starting to come down. They got a result in the last one. Look for more of those.
Just, if anyone's only just joined us, 11-8 the handling areas. There is moisture.
Perinara looking to skip through. Gill all over it. All over it. Forces a penalty.
Yeah, well played, Liam Gill had all the rights. He was the man on his feet. They're patting him on the head to acknowledge.
Pretty good, mate.
That's just one of his roles. He's there. The ref cam again takes you closer to the action than anything else.
You too.
Liam Gill put on an extra 4 or 5 kilograms. Greg Holmes coming off, sorry. Albert Ane, strongest man in the team.
Can't miss him. Imposing figure of Albert Ane. Marto, the Hurricanes haven't been held trialless since the last round of 2011.
Was that against the Reds? No? No, of course not.
So the Reds' defence doing a great job for the time being. But they only lead by the 6 points.
Oh, turnover there. How did that come out?
Perinara, loose pass, Barrett punches it low.
Nick Morahan's made a difference since he's been on. We'll get to this.
Perinara, great take. Barrett, here they go. Looks like Motu Matu'u is on for the Hurricanes. And if this sits up, Leua will give Frisbee some headaches. He's got to take him to touch.
Oh, there might be trouble here. He's throwing the ball away, Nick Frisbee.
That's a good net result for the Hurricanes. And he is on the field, Motu Matu'u, one of the heaviest hitters in Super Rugby. They'll be looking sideways, the Reds attackers, when they get the ball. For the time being, he goes to the front. Perinara to Matu'u, try!
No try. In touch.
Into touch. The assistant ref's flag goes up.
No, don't even think about going upstairs.
I just want to say we can use the
If you want to do that.
but you say it's clearly out.
I believe so, yeah.
Would you want to check or not? Okay, line out. Thanks.
Andrew Lees backs himself.
So he should
Pulls it
take.
out.
They've been watching the Tars Rebels game there, I think. The Rebels scored a try from exactly the same move in the previous game.
Yeah, there.
Was the left foot?
Yeah, it was the other foot.
Down.
It wasn't just the outside of one foot, it was the whole foot on the other side. Oh, the Reds survived.
Dodge a bullet. Barest of margins. It's a knock on, though.
Oh. The handling errors continue. That's 12 by the Reds. Only 8 by the Canes.
Sharpie, the Hurricanes reserves seem to have made a real impact on this game.
Yeah, they have, and I think they've had a change of tactic here as well. You know, they seem to be kicking a lot more, trying to put some pressure on the Reds for once and turn the tables on them. They've also up-tempoed, as I said, they're looking a little bit tired, and I think those fresh legs coming on have really made a difference.
So Nike Harris is obviously on. Parade and Toa off.
Just don't keep going forward.
Just.
Okay. Thank you.
Harrison inside centre, defending outside Quade Cooper there.
Guys, patience. Okay.
Fuai Satia has moved to the wing. Morahan to fullback.
Crouch. Touch. Set.
Here we go. Perinaro to Leua off his wing. Good carry. Here they come. Numbers, Smith. Held it up well. Perinaro, lovely hands from Barrett, but then coughed up by the man on the outside. Barrett did all the hard work and was let down on the outside.
Oh, there was a man spare outside Andre Taylor.
Hey. Dom Shipley did a great job there. He closed on the man he had to.
No, it was Luke Morahan there.
Yeah, the phase before that, Marto.
Oh, yes,
He came up and shut him down.
Yeah, he took a risk and he just held on in the tackle too. That just about sums up the Reds. They're just hanging on. The opposition half, it's now all the Hurricanes in this second half.
Stay where you are. I'll move, mate. Crouch. Just come back.
Change over at Loosehead as well with Reggie Goods coming on in the 17 jersey.
Might be time for a bit of Radiki Samo for the Reds.
Here he comes.
Oh, yeah, here he comes. Yep. Right in front of Nathan Sharp.
Crouch.
He's looking fit, Marto. He's had a good off-season by the looks of it.
Set.
Time wasting.
Big shunt there from the Hurricanes.
You mate. Let's go.
Where do they put Samo? Number 8 for Jake Schatz.
Yeah, I'd say Work or Schatz will come off for Radiki.
Let's go, lad. Strong, brother. Let's go, the free. Come on, Elton.
Crouch. Touch. Set.
Great angle there. You could see it going earlier.
That's the decisive change of decision. Gone from a free kick to a full penalty because of the shoving after it was awarded. Allows the Reds, if only Quade Cooper had put it out.
So now the Hurricanes come away through Sevilla. Kick doesn't look too bad. Skids into touch. So the damage not all that bad for the visitors there.
Gee, you think Julian Savia, you think power, you don't think panache like that kick there. Nice work.
Again, they're really trying to put pressure on the Reds to clear out of their own half. They've had a chat at half-time and think that's the best way forward for him, I think. The Reds will probably catch us in drive.
Good pressure there from the Hurricanes. They've forced the line-out win. Changes scrum half two. Smiley on. Gill almost pilfered another free side.
Everything was good, buddy. It's just a 9.
Another error, this time by Smiley, halfback. Yeah, if you're wondering about the handling errors, it rained for about 4 hours, stopped 2 hours before kick-off, but there is moisture on the field. Brad Shields just getting his knee iced.
So just the 1 second half try to Rob Simmons back in the 49th minute, and it was Digby Ioane who grabbed the first 5-pointer of the night way back in the 23rd minute. Slim pickings on the 5-pointer front tonight.
Oh, frustrating.
Slippery conditions. Yeah, that's been a touch.
Oh. Now the free kick to the Canes at scrum time. Chris Smiley, not the first choice halfback. They're back in their scrum now, Sharpie. It's come good with the reserves.
Yeah, there seem to be a few problems with engagement. Generally, at the start of the game, you have that problem with the timing. The last couple of scrums, both teams have missed that hit, and that's a bit unusual. So maybe it is because the reserves have come on.
They get a bit more eager.
Yeah, I think so. It's also a bit of a flow thing with the referee. You get a feel for his call. There's reserves on in the front row for both teams now, so that may be having some impact there.
Crouch. Touch. Set.
Smiley. Barrett out the back to Bateman. Long flat ball, terrifically timed. Chance here for the Canes. Just runs into touch and gets away from Julian Sevilla.
5-metre scrum, but Sevilla again showing the poise and the skill. Brilliant stuff. We know the brutality in which he can run. That's twice now. Lovely touches of class. That is a super ball. Thought, just if I was Julian Sevilla, I thought he might have a go. He'd make it from that distance. Went the chip. Nick Frisbee's knocked it over the dead ball line. Have a look at that coming at you. That's a sign of respect for Luke Morahan that he did kick it.
They're not out of jail just yet, the Reds. They led 11-9 at half-time. Julian Sevilla has been wonderful with his limited opportunities tonight.
I get the feeling that maybe Beauden Barrett going to throw the inside ball to Julian Sevilla to steamroll over the top of Quade Cooper.
Touch. Set.
Maybe not.
Smiley, Bateman, wrap around, Vito. Loose pass. And it is Cooper.
Oh,
who throws it wildly back. Smith gets up, claiming it. Has the captain stolen a 5-pointer from under the Reds' nose?
Well, he's a straight shooter. If he celebrates like that, I tend to believe Conrad Smith.
Sure.
Post was in the way.
We're checking for a white knock on first, and then of course we're looking at who grounded the ball.
Oh, they're going to go back to the white knock on. That's
a knock on you're asking about? Yeah, that's what we're checking. Yeah.
This is the value of the TMO now. You can go back 2 phases to check whether the decision is correct. Was this a knock on? It was before that. Was that a knock on from Smiley in jersey 20? Quade Cooper just tosses it. Ooh. Nick Frisbee put the arm up. So was this a knock forward? That's gone backwards. Did it come off Smiley there, his right hand? It looked like it. And we'll work that out from another camera. So did Smiley in jersey 20, after this pass is thrown, did he touch this? Yes, I would say. Without dusting for Prince, and then there's this danger pass. Who won this battle?
Oh. Sharpie, how do you see this, mate? Which way are we going to go?
Oh, look, I think it's an initial knock on. just here. I think you'll see him. Whoa, there's a fingernail in it.
That's his taped wrist there.
Yeah.
So that's the one that hit. Yeah, this is nice TMO work. Yeah, that indicates that he's touched it there.
Well, has it come off Harris prior to that?
What a forensic examination we're conducting. Yeah, there. Doesn't matter if it's come off Harris because that's going backwards, whereas it's going forward off Smiley. So that's a knock forward. They'll come back to a red scrum.
Steve, we've got a decision. Knock on by White.
Okay,
White knock on, scrum for red.
Can you just give me the restart place and I'll get them over here?
Sure.
Knock on.
Oh, the whole Hurricanes are back waiting for the kickoff. They were
Matthew,
Can you just check where the restart is? Is it about...
Comrade Smith, none too please. You called it, Marto. He's a straight shooter. And this won't sit well with him, you wouldn't think.
Let's have a listen to this chat.
Knock on.
Well, there's no arguing that.
Leezy here, mate? Okay, thanks.
So they dodge yet another bullet the home side. How many lives do they have?
So it's time back on.
There's no doubt all the momentum's with the Hurricanes. The Reds have been camped in their 22 for the last 8 minutes.
There's no doubt that they've got to get out with his clearance, be it 1 or 2 phases down, bring some structure back to the game and get down the other end.
Yeah, they've lost control of the game completely, and their kicking for touch has been poor. So there's been relentless pressure from the Canes.
Crouch. Touch. Set. Advantage offside. 19.
He's offside.
Offside. 19.
Off the back for Philly Levavi. And that releases the pressure for the Reds.
You can see Radiki Sama, he's very composed at the back of the scrum, and he generally delivers very, very good ball to his 9, even under that sort of pressure.
He's got one hell of a plate of a meat for our hand too. Great one-handed player. Well, the crowd with an ironic cheer. Quay Cooper's put it into touch.
This is the important phase. The Reds have to control this line out and exit from their half.
Starts well there with O'Donoghue taking it cleanly.
Forward drive seems like a good idea. Oh, James Hansen's tossed it over. That's just poor communication.
So they'll gifted them another chance to try and pinch a late win here at Suncorp Stadium. The Canes still alive. 3 to play. Down by 6. Thrush been enormous at line-out time, as has this man with the ball in open play, Sevilla. Good contact there from Samo. Smiley to Broadhurst, got it away. Hot potato stuff. Taylor brought down. To Matutu.
It's their bench that's doing all the work.
Smiley, Barrett. Back on the cut was Bateman.
Oh, there's hands there from the Reds.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Steve Walsh, brilliant refereeing, management of the game. He asked them, do you want it? Of course they want it. They get to force a line out close to the Reds line. And with Barrett, pinpoint punt kicking 10 metres out.
So here they go again, the Canes. It's do or die time for the side out of Wellington. Perinara watches on, anxious. They've got oh so close 3 times in the last little bit.
Another 5 metres would have been handy for the Hurricanes. I think they'd try and drive it from there. Not too sure what they'll do here.
Look at that time in opposition half. 100% in favour of the Canes in the last 5 minutes.
Well, that's long.
Oh, the ball goes to Gill, who tries to hack it away. It's slippery, and Sevilla got through one. Numbers to the right for the Canes. Smith can't free the pass. What a ruck. They go again through Broadhurst. Lavavi was hit well by Harris. It's come loose. It's out. Offside. But they're offside, the Reds.
Shit, they'll argue the ball went forward before they were offside.
Leua goes himself. Gill forces a turnover. Oh, fitting exclamation point from Liam Gill. He almost cost his side a try.
Liam Gill, all he needs to do this week is work on his left foot kicking, and he's the complete footballer. Oh, you can smile now. They've got to survive this scrum, though.
I'll tell you what, Gilly would have been sweating bullets then after he missed that one.
Oh, but the pass from Conrad Smith, he just couldn't free it up. He had 2 on the outside, and they just couldn't get it clear. They were done, the Reds out wide, and the kick from Gill, not one of his better ones.
Yep. Mark that time down. That'll be on plays of the week as well.
Oh, dearie me, but then he forced the turnover. He's exhausted. He's had another massive game, Liam Gill.
They've still got to survive this scrum,
Right, they do.
Have a look at the bench. They have no further influence on this.
Touch. Set.
It's a solid scrum.
That's game over.
Quade Cooper knocks it in a touch. The Reds have lived dangerously in this second half, but have held on